Okay, so before you start that business, wait 1 minute because I have 3 questions you want to ask yourself before you move. Okay, so my name is Dr. Kiki Ramsey. I'm your favorite positive psychologist and career coach, and you have decided to start a business. Listen, I am excited for you. I have been an entrepreneur for over 20 years, and I can tell you there are so many things that I love, and there are some things that I do not care for. Okay. And in this video, I really want to break down a couple of questions because the amount of misconceptions that I hear when I talk to women and men about starting businesses is bananas. I mean, like seriously, bananas. And so let's get into it because I really don't want y'all making a huge mistake before you know all the true details. So, number one, do you want the business or do you want the idea of the business? Okay, listen, listen. At the end of the day, it's so easy. The thing that I hear the most about people who want to start their own businesses is I want more money. I want to make more money because a business gives you the opportunity to make an infinite amount of dollars. And that idea is very true. But to get to an infinite amount of dollars, you have to become someone who is worthy, who puts in the effort, all those things. And so that's not what y'all be thinking about though. All you see is the idea of making the money. And I started off like that. I can remember starting my speaking career. And at the time I was a social worker and I was working in a hospital and I was, playing this, little game that you might have played before called To Quit or Not to Quit. I know you be playing that game, girl. And so I was playing this little game, To Quit or Not to Quit. Ultimately, your girl quit her job. And I was like, well, darn, what are clients at? Because I hadn't done all that I needed to do to prepare to make sure I had the amount of clients that I needed to replace my income. So guess what I did? For years, struggled. I was underemployed or at some point just flat out broke and I struggled. But my dream of like quitting and just having all this money rolling in, that is not the thing that happened. It just did not happen that way. And so there's in this illusion that if you automatically start your own business, you're going to be rolling in the dough. And for most of us, that's not true. You are going to have to work very, very hard to be rolling in the dough at some point. And I know you be seeing all these Insta coaches. Oh my God, they drive me crazy talking about how to put, how to build a high ticket sales business and all that kind of stuff. And let me tell you, I went through 1 or 2 of those programs and I walked away with zero. I walked away with learning how to challenge my own values in life. And if you want to feel worse than anything, go for one of them programs that are going to tell you that they can make you rich in 30 days and then see what you get. Because I was, spending money that I didn't have and I was doing things that I didn't believe in at the end of the day to get a sale. That's not who I am. And that's not who you are either. And so you have to ask yourself, do you just want the business? Or you know what I'm saying? Do you truly want a business or do you like the idea of business? The other thing that we think about when we have, or start a business is time freedom. I hear that all the time. I want my own time freedom and time freedom and time freedom. Time freedom means, a certain thing to people. Most of the time when y'all think about time freedom, you think about you're going to have all this time on your hands and you can just do whatever you want to. Yeah, but in order to grow a business, you're going to have to work. Period. Hands down. So the time freedom that you think you have, you don't necessarily have. Yes, I have dominion over my schedule. right? Like I get to, I get to put my schedule and make my schedule any way I want my schedule to be. Let me just tell you right now, boo, it's 7 o'clock in the morning and I am recording this video for you. What a time freedom at? Like, I have to work. You are going to have to work. And in order to grow a business, you got to work you're going to have to work 10 times, 20 times, 100 times harder than you work for anybody else. And that's what they don't tell you, right? That's what the Insta coaches and the other people who are talking to you about starting a business, they're not telling you that you're going to have to work to grow the business. And so your time, although you have dominion over your time, you still spending most of that time growing that business. And if you are not, then chances are your business ain't growing, period. Okay. So don't be, don't fall into the illusion that, business is just this easy, that you're just going to pop off and you're going to have all this time freedom, this flexibility and all these things. That can come with time. It can come with time. There are certain things that I get to enjoy. Like I try to have Fridays, minimal, right? Like my Fridays are minimal. For me, but I still do things, but I try to make sure that I can get all the other stuff that I haven't done during the week done on Fridays. So I try not to take a lot of calls. Every now and then I do have to take a call. And so there are beautiful things, don't get me wrong, about being an entrepreneur, but you have to really understand if you really want the business or just the idea of the business. Okay. Number 2, are you solving a real problem? I mean, when I first started business, I remember so well, y'all, I had this program as a coach called the STARS program. I really wish I had like the flyer that I had back then. But the STARS program was my attempt to help people, and mainly women professionals, dress well. I think I dress pretty decently. And I'm like, oh, well, professionals need to know how to dress. And so let me do that. I am not remotely interested really in helping people learn how to dress better. And at the time, women were not buying that from me. But I just thought that there was a need. I'm like, these women out here need to know how to dress better. They need to know how to, have that executive presence when they're out in public. And I thought that I was the one to do it. They didn't want it. I wasn't truly solving a big problem at the moment. Now, don't get me wrong. Stylists, they are very much needed. And people have found great careers, styling people. But for me, and this is what I'm saying, you have to know for you if you're solving a problem that needs to be solved. I wasn't the right person to be solving that problem. First of all, my heart wasn't in it. All I was trying to do is make money, right? And when you go into a career or a business only trying to make money, chances are it's going to fail. Because at the end of the day, you got to have some passion behind it, because it's the passion and it's your purpose and it's your why that's going to ultimately keep you there when the business is no longer fun, right? And so I had to figure out, right, a problem to solve for people, particularly me, for women, that actually made sense. And I went through a whole bunch of different things till I got to the place where now I coach women on a daily basis to really up level in their career and to overcome challenges that we face as women in the workplace, right? And that's where my heart is at. My goal and purpose in life is to help women be successful. And that is an issue worth solving for me. So you got to figure out if the business that you want to launch solves a problem worth solving for you and for the people who ultimately plan to buy your services. Because here's the thing, a successful business cannot run only off passion. It has to be valuable to the people who you want to use your services. And you have to think about it. Passion will ultimately get you started, right? But solving a real problem is the only thing that's going to get you paid. I said it. When I decided to become a career coach and a positive psychologist, solving and helping people learn how to have workplace happiness, learning how to overcome burnout and misalignment, learning how to really, really find their purpose in life. Now, that's the thing that I've made the most money throughout my entire career, because I'm solving a real problem. Okay. And number 3, you got to ask yourself, am I ready to be consistent even when it's not exciting? Are you? Like, no, not even for real. When I say be consistent, I mean be consistent. Because here's the thing. You're going to have these ups and downs. I'll tell you, like I said right now, it's early in the morning and I am here recording this video for you. And I am consistent. I get up every week and I do videos. I do coaching. I write, my newsletter, all these things I have to be consistent at, or else guess what? I won't be visible. I won't have a brand. I won't have business. It's going to take you being consistent, even when it's not fun. Do you think I want to be up this early in the morning recording videos? No. No, I do not. But I understand that in order to continue to grow my business, this is what's necessary for me. And it just so happens that this was the only time this week that I had to record these videos, because I had so many other things going on this week that I had no time. But guess what? I'm still getting it done, and you gonna still watch it, and hopefully you are inspired and you ask yourself, okay, for the business that I want to start, can I be consistent even when it's not fun? Because let me just tell you, there are some parts that are not fun. Overall, I love my business. I absolutely love getting to talk to you, to coach you, to help you through, to help you get to a place where you feel ultimately successful. That is my joy. Like I wouldn't want to do anything else. And so there's so many things in my business that keeps me here. And there's so many things that I don't like to do in my business, but I just got to get it done. And I have to be consistent with it, even when I don't like it. Like, I don't like it. I was doing some other videos yesterday and I was like, oh my God, why did I say yes to this? Why did I say yes? But I still got it done. And you will always have to still get it done. And so here's the thing. I was just talking to my husband about that this morning, because we be having talks early in the morning. If you don't like your job, like say for instance, you don't like your job and you don't want to go to work every single day, what is going to make you know how to be consistent on a business? If you can't make yourself get up in the morning for your job on time, why are you going to be consistent with the business? Like you really have to know yourself, right? I truly believe that not all people are entrepreneurs. That ain't how the world is made up. You argue if you want. Argue if you want, but not all people are made to be entrepreneurs. There are some people who don't got a selling bone in their body. And becoming an entrepreneur, you have to know how to sell. You have to know how to persuade people to buy what you are offering. And if you can't do that, then chances are you would not make a great entrepreneur. I have to get up early in the morning. I have to set my own schedule. I have to do all these things. And I have to do that because I'm my own boss. If you can't even motivate yourself, right, to get out of the bed, then chances are you're not an entrepreneur. And if you don't want to have to kill what you eat, then chances are you might not want to be an entrepreneur. But if you are okay with sales, and you know that you can be consistent, and you have a passion to help, and you have a product or a service to help somebody, and you know that the world needs it, then please, by all means, make the leap. But you have to ask yourself these 3 questions first. Okay, so there you have it. Starting a business can absolutely change your life. It really, really can. But it's going to only change your life if you are clear, intentional, and committed to the process. And if you are that, then welcome to the club, boo. Like, I will welcome you with open arms. But if not, then keep your job because that's where you're going to be safest. All right. So if this video resonated with you at any point, drop me a comment, first of all, because I be answering y'all. And then secondly, like and subscribe to my channel. Please, please, please. That helps me grow. And then thirdly, if you don't do nothing else, share this with somebody who needs it, because there is somebody that you know who needs to hear this message. All right. Now, you know that you have the opportunity to go out there and create your own happiness. So go out there and make it happen. Until next time, peace.